Today we're diving into the world of modern marketing, and we're using Seth Godin's book, This is Marketing, as a sort of springboard for our conversation. And, we always say we want to challenge assumptions, and I think today's no different, right? We're going to challenge the idea that marketing is all about hype and just getting people to buy things they don't need.
Absolutely. I think there's a real shift happening in how we think about marketing. It's becoming less about manipulation and more about, genuine connection and service, actually.
Yeah. And it's funny because you think about those old images of like, cigar smoking fat cats in a boardroom deciding how to trick people into buying, I don't know, the latest gizmo.
hmm
And today it feels very different.
It is different. It's much more nuanced, right? Consumers have so much power now. I mean, think about it. We have endless choices, information at our
Right.
fingertips.
We can research anything, read reviews, compare prices, all in like, what, 30 seconds on our phones?
Exactly. So it's not about tricking people anymore. It's about earning their trust, providing real value, being helpful. And I think that's where this idea of finding your smallest viable market comes in. It's about focusing on the people you can truly serve rather than trying to appeal to everyone.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little. This smallest viable market idea, it sounds kind of counterintuitive, right? I mean, aren't we always told to think big, reach as many people as possible?
Yeah, well, there's a difference between reach and resonance. And what we're talking about here is resonance. Like, imagine you're a musician, right? You could try to make music that appeals to absolutely everyone, but you'd probably end up with something pretty bland and generic.
Right. Like elevator music, kind of.
Exactly. But what if you focused on creating music that really speaks to a specific group of people? People who share your passion, your influences, your unique sound, you know?
So instead of trying to be the next, I don't know, generic pop star, I
Right.
should embrace my inner, let's say, punk rocker
Yeah.
and find those who love mosh pits and power chords.
Exactly. You'll connect with people who genuinely appreciate your art, who become not just fans, but passionate advocates.
So it's like building a strong foundation, focusing on depth over breadth.
Precisely. It's like a tree growing strong roots before it can reach great heights.
Ooh, I like that analogy. It makes me think about those mega brands, the ones that seem to have lost their way, trying to appeal to everyone and ending up diluting their message.
Right. When you try to be everything to everyone, you risk becoming nothing to anyone.
Okay, so we've established that finding your tribe is essential. But how do we actually do that? Where do we even begin?
It starts with empathy, like really trying to understand the people you want to serve.
So it's like putting on a detective hat and doing some serious sleuthing.
In a way, yeah. You need to delve into their worldviews, their beliefs, their fears, their motivations, what keeps them up at night.
Mhm.
What are they searching for? What problems are they trying to solve?
So it's not just about demographics like age, location. It's about understanding their psychology, their deeper motivations and their values.
Precisely. Think of it this way. Imagine you're a chef opening a new restaurant. You could try to create a menu that appeals to everyone, but you'd probably end up with, like, a mishmash of dishes that lack focus.
Right, right. Like one of those places that tries to do like Italian sushi and burgers all in one place.
Exactly. Those places never really excel at anything. But what if you focused on a specific cuisine, a specific dining experience?
Okay, so if I'm passionate about, say, authentic Thai cuisine,
Mm.
I shouldn't try to also offer burgers and pizza just to please everyone.
Exactly. You'll create a more authentic experience, attract a loyal following.
This makes me think about those restaurants that try to be everything to everyone. Like you said, sushi, Italian, steakhouse, all under one roof. It's hard to know what they stand for, and the experience often feels generic.
Right. Focusing on your niche allows you to excel, to become known for something specific, to build a reputation.
Okay, so we need to find our tribe and understand them deeply, but then how do we connect with them? Like on a level that really resonates and motivates them to actually engage with our message?
One powerful concept to consider is this idea of people like us do things like this. We're social creatures and we are constantly influenced by the behaviors and choices of those around us, especially those we identify with.
Right. It's like that feeling of walking into a coffee shop and seeing all your friends there. You instantly feel like, oh, okay, I'm in the right place.
Exactly. We're drawn to places, products, experiences that align with the norms and behaviors of our chosen tribe. We wear certain clothes, listen to certain music, support certain causes because it signals our affiliation with a particular group.
So if I can understand the social cues and behaviors of my target audience,
hmm
I can create marketing that feels less like an intrusion and more like an expansion of their existing social world.
Precisely. It's about tapping into those unspoken codes, those subtle signals that say, this is for you, this is where you belong.
It makes me think about how certain brands become associated with specific lifestyles or subcultures. Like you see someone wearing a particular brand of clothing, and you instantly make assumptions about their interests, values, their social circles even.
Right. It's about creating that sense of association, of aligning your brand with the aspirations and values of your target audience. But it's not about manipulation. It's about authenticity.
So if I'm marketing a product that promotes sustainability, I wouldn't just slap a green label on it and call it a day.
No, no, no. You would need to understand the values and motivations of environmentally conscious consumers and build a brand that genuinely reflects their commitment.
It makes me think about those greenwashing campaigns, where companies try to capitalize on the sustainability trend without making real changes to their practices. It often backfires.
Right. Authenticity is paramount. It's about building a brand that people believe in, a brand that stands for something meaningful, a brand that aligns with their own values.
Okay, we've talked about finding our tribe and understanding their social dynamics, but there's another piece of the puzzle here, right? How do we tap into those deeper motivations, those primal desires that drive human behavior?
That's where we delve into the fascinating realm of status and belonging. Humans are wired to seek status, to find their place within a social hierarchy. But it's not always about wealth or power.
So you mean like how some people find status in their knowledge and expertise, while others find it in their sense of belonging to a community or a cause?
Exactly. Status is multifaceted, and it manifests in different ways for different people. Some people find status in being the first to adopt a new technology, while others find it in their commitment to traditional values.
It makes me think about how some people get excited about the latest gadgets, while others find joy in collecting vintage vinyl records. It's all about finding status within a particular social context.
Right, and understanding those nuances is crucial for marketers. It's about crafting messages that resonate with those specific desires for status and belonging.
So it's not just about selling a luxury car to someone who wants to project wealth and success. It's about understanding the specific type of status they crave and aligning your marketing message accordingly.
Precisely. Maybe they're not interested in a flashy sports car, but they'd be drawn to a hybrid vehicle that signals their commitment to sustainability and environmental responsibility. Or perhaps they're not interested in designer labels, but they'd be attracted to a brand that supports fair trade practices.
It's about understanding those subtle nuances, those underlying desires that drive consumer behavior.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond superficial assumptions and really understanding the psychology of your target audience.
This makes me think about the rise of ethical consumerism, where people are increasingly making purchasing decisions based on a company's values and social impact.
Right. Consumers are becoming more discerning, and they're voting with their wallets. They want to support brands that align with their own ethical compass, brands that are making a positive difference in the world.
So it's not just about selling a product or service anymore. It's about selling a set of values, a belief system, a way of life.
Precisely. It's about connecting with people on a deeper level, appealing to their aspirations, and building a brand that stands for something more than just profit.
Okay, we've talked about finding our tribe, understanding their social dynamics, and tapping into their desires for status and belonging. But how do we actually translate all of this into a compelling message that motivates action?
That's where we need to strike a delicate balance, building trust and creating tension.
Trust and tension, those seem like opposing forces. How do they work together?
Think about it like this. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship.
Right.
It's about consistency, reliability, delivering on your promises. Tension, on the other hand, is what sparks action. It's about highlighting a problem, a gap, a need that needs to be addressed.
So it's like building a sturdy bridge, but also making sure there's a river to cross.
Exactly. You need both elements to create a compelling narrative. Trust builds the connection, while tension provides the motivation to move forward.
So if I'm marketing a new fitness app, I would need to build trust by showcasing, I don't know, the expertise of my trainers, the effectiveness of the program, but also creating tension by highlighting the problem of inactivity, the potential health risks.
Precisely. You're offering a solution to a real problem.
It makes me think about those late-night infomercials, that prey on people's insecurities. They create a lot of tension, but very little trust.
Right. That's the danger of relying solely on intention-based marketing. It can feel manipulative. You need to balance it with genuine trust, and value.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where you're acknowledging a real need, offering a genuine solution, and doing it in a way that feels authentic.
Exactly. It's about ethical persuasion, guiding people toward a decision that benefits both them and your brand.
This makes me think about those fear-mongering tactics, used in political campaigns, where they try to scare people into voting a certain way. It might be effective in the short term, but it erodes trust.
Right. Ethical marketing is about building long-term relationships, not just winning short-term battles. It's about creating a win-win situation.
Okay, we've talked about building trust and creating tension. But there's another crucial element, right? How do we ensure that our message is actually heard? Amidst all the noise and distractions of the modern world, I mean.
Yeah, that's where this concept of permission marketing comes in. In a world of information overload, it's more important than ever to earn the right to connect with your audience.
So it's about moving away from those intrusive, interruptive forms of advertising that just bombard people with unwanted messages.
Exactly. It's about respecting your audience's time and attention. It's about creating content that they genuinely want to engage with, content that provides value.
So it's like the difference between barging into someone's home uninvited versus, being welcomed in as a guest.
Precisely. You need to earn that invitation, that permission to enter their world.
So how do we go about earning that permission?
By consistently providing value, by building a reputation for quality and authenticity, creating content that people genuinely look forward to receiving.
So it's like building a garden, right? You need to cultivate the soil, plant the seeds, and nurture them patiently until they bloom.
Exactly. It's about creating an environment where your audience feels valued and respected, where they trust your judgment, and where they're eager to hear what you have to say.
This makes me think about those email newsletters that I actually look forward to reading. They provide valuable insights, curated content, and they never feel spammy.
Right. They've earned your trust, and they've earned your permission. It's a valuable asset.
Okay, we've talked about finding our tribe, understanding their social dynamics, tapping into those desires for status and belonging, building trust, creating tension, and earning permission to connect. It feels like we're building a really solid foundation for effective marketing here.
Absolutely. We're laying the groundwork for authentic connection, but there's still more to explore.
That's what I love about these deep dives. It feels like we're peeling back the layers of the onion, revealing deeper and deeper insights into the art and science of marketing.
I'm glad to hear that. It's a fascinating journey.
So where do we go from here? What other secrets of modern marketing are waiting to be uncovered?
Well, now that we've established a strong foundation, we need to delve into the art of storytelling. Because even with the best intentions, the most insightful message, and the most receptive audience, it's the power of story that truly captivates.
Storytelling. That sounds intriguing. I can't wait to hear more. But maybe we should take a quick break, let all of this sink in a bit.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's come back refreshed and ready to explore the transformative power of storytelling.
Sounds good to me. We'll be right back.
Looking forward to it. All right, so we're back and ready to dive into storytelling.
Yeah, I'm really curious about this. I mean, we all love a good story, right?
Mhm.
But how does this actually apply to marketing?
Well, think about it. Stories are how we make sense of the world, right? They're how we connect with each other, share experiences, pass on knowledge.
I mean, yeah, stories have this incredible power to, tap into our emotions.
Exactly. They spark our
They
imagination.
can even inspire us to take action.
Absolutely. And that's the power that marketers can harness. By weaving compelling stories into their marketing, they can create these deeper connections and inspire people to engage on a more meaningful level.
So it's not just about presenting facts and figures.
No, it's about creating an emotional connection, transporting the audience, making them feel something.
So it's like, instead of just saying, hey, buy our product because it has these features, you're saying, let me tell you a story about how this product can change your life.
Precisely. Think about some of those iconic ad campaigns that have stood the test of time. They're not just selling products, they're telling stories that resonate with our deepest desires and aspirations.
Right.
Right.
Like those heartwarming holiday commercials that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, or those adventure-themed ads that make you want to pack your bags and explore the world.
Exactly. They tap into our emotions, they spark our imagination, and they leave a lasting impression.
Okay, I'm convinced storytelling is powerful.
Hmm.
But where do we start? How do we actually craft a compelling story that resonates with our audience?
One effective approach is to think about your story in 3 parts: the story of self, the story of us, and the story of now.
Story of self, story of us, story of now. Okay, I like the sound of this. Break it down for me.
So the story of self is about sharing your own journey, your experiences, your values, your motivations. It's about being authentic, vulnerable even, letting your audience see the human side of your brand.
So it's like inviting the audience behind the scenes, showing them the heart and soul of your company, and letting them connect with the people behind the product.
Exactly. It's about building trust. People are more likely to connect with a brand that feels real.
It makes me think about those About Us pages on websites, the ones that tell the story of how the company was founded, their mission, the people who make it all happen.
Right. It's about sharing your story in a way that's genuine and engaging.
Okay, so we've shared the story of self. What's next? The story of us.
Yeah, so the story of us is about connecting your story to the shared experiences, values, and aspirations of your audience. It's about finding those points of resonance where they see themselves reflected in your narrative.
Okay, so finding common ground, building a sense of community.
Exactly. It's like saying we're in this together. We share the same values and we're working towards the same goals.
It makes me think about those brands that champion social causes or advocate for change. They're not just selling products, they're building a movement.
Exactly. They're creating a sense of purpose, a shared mission that resonates with people.
Okay, so we've connected on a personal level with the story of self, and we've built a sense of community with the story of us. What's the final piece? The story of now.
The story of now is about creating a sense of urgency, a call to action, a reason for your audience to engage right now. It's about showing them why their participation matters, how they can be part of the solution.
So it's about moving beyond inspiration and creating a tangible path for the audience to get involved, to take action, to be a part of the story.
Exactly. It's about creating a sense of momentum, a feeling that something exciting is happening and that they don't want to miss out.
It makes me think about those limited time offers,
Yeah.
or exclusive events, the
Mm.
things that create a sense of scarcity and urgency. You feel like you need to act now.
Right, right. But it's not just about creating artificial scarcity. It's about showing the audience the real impact of their actions, how their choices matter.
So if I'm marketing a crowdfunding campaign for a new product, I wouldn't just focus on the features. I would also highlight the community of backers, the shared vision of bringing the product to life, the opportunity for early adopters to be part of something groundbreaking.
Exactly. You're inviting them to be a part of the story, not just a passive observer.
This framework of story of self, story of us, and story of now is really helpful. It gives marketers a clear structure for crafting these compelling narratives.
Absolutely. And you can apply it to any marketing message, whether it's your website, social media post, a video ad, or even just an email newsletter.
Okay, so we've mastered the art of storytelling. What other secrets of modern marketing are we going to unlock?
Well, now that we've got this strong foundation, I think we need to consider how to amplify our message, how to spread it far and wide, reach a wider audience.
Yeah, because even the most compelling story won't have much impact if it's only heard by a handful of people.
Right. We need to think about how to leverage networks and social influence to spread our message and create that ripple effect.
Networks and social influence. That sounds like a whole other deep dive. I'm intrigued. Give me a sneak peek of what's to come.
Okay, so we're going to explore how ideas spread, how trends take hold, how marketers can harness those dynamics to amplify their message and reach a wider audience.
Ooh, it makes me think about those viral videos or social media challenges that seem to just take over the internet overnight. It's fascinating how quickly an idea can spread.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to delve into next. We'll uncover the secrets of how to create contagious content, how to leverage influencers, how to build a movement that spreads organically.
This is getting exciting. I can't wait to learn more about how to actually, like, amplify our message and reach a wider audience. But maybe we should take another quick break, let all of this sink in.
That sounds good to me. We'll be right back.
Okay, so we're back and ready to explore how to make our marketing messages spread like wildfire.
You got it. Remember those viral videos or challenges that seem to just explode online? Well, there are ways to, increase the chances of your message catching on like that.
Okay, so less like catching lightning in a bottle, more like creating the right conditions for a spark.
Exactly. One key thing is making sure your content is shareable, like something people want to pass on to their friends.
So what makes something shareable, you think?
Well, think about the things you've shared recently. What made you hit that share button?
Hmm, I guess it's usually something that makes me laugh. A funny video. Or something that makes me think, like a thought-provoking article.
There you go. Content that triggers strong emotions is more likely to be shared, whether it's, joy, surprise, anger. even sadness.
Right. Like those feel-good stories everyone loves, or,
Yeah.
those news stories that make you so mad you just have to tell someone about it.
Exactly. So think about how to evoke those strong emotions in your audience. What stories can you tell that will get people feeling something?
So it's not just about dry facts and figures, it's about making your message, you know, I guess, human.
Exactly. You want people to feel something, have a reaction, and then share that with their network.
Okay, so we've created something people want to share. How do we actually get it in front of more people?
Well, that's where influencers come in. You know those people who have built up a big following online?
Like those fashion bloggers or tech reviewers who everyone seems to follow.
Exactly. They can amplify your message. But you have to choose the right influencers, ones that align with your brand.
Right. Like, it's not just about finding someone with millions of followers. It's about finding someone whose values match your own.
Absolutely. Authenticity is key. People
Yeah.
can spot a fake from a mile away.
Yeah, it's like those celebrity endorsements that just feel so forced. They're trying to sell you something they obviously don't even use themselves.
Exactly. The best influencer campaigns are the ones where the influencer really believes in what they're promoting.
So it's a partnership, not just a transaction.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about shareable content and influencers. Now, what about those online communities and groups you mentioned?
Oh, yeah, those are interesting. Like, I'm in a few Facebook groups for things I'm interested in, and people are always sharing stuff there.
Yeah, and those groups have this shared sense of purpose, a real energy.
Yeah, you can feel it.
And if you can tap into that, you can spread your message to a really receptive audience.
But it has to be done right.
Absolutely. It's about being a genuine member of the community, not just barging in and promoting your stuff.
So you have to listen, understand the group's needs, and offer real value.
Exactly. Like those brands that really engage with their customers online, answering questions, fostering a real sense of community.
Yeah, it's impressive when they do it right.
It is. It shows they care.
So, wow, we've covered so much. It feels like we've gone from the very basics of marketing all the way to how to get our messages to spread like wildfire.
We have. And, it's an exciting time to be a marketer. We have all these tools and resources. But at the end of the day, marketing is still about connecting with people.
Yeah, real people with real needs and desires.
Exactly. It's about building relationships, fostering trust, creating value. And I think that's something to keep in mind no matter what new tools or platforms emerge in the future.
Well said.
Yeah.
I think we can wrap things up there. To our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into modern marketing. I hope you found it as insightful and inspiring as I have. And remember, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep telling your story.
Great advice. Until next time, folks.